markets, they don't care about us. They don't
Right.
they don't care what color you are.
Yeah,
They don't
you're
care
all
whether you're
your
a
all
guy,
you
girl.
all that
It
shit is
doesn't
only
matter.
relevant to you, bro. Like everything, the
Exactly.
amount of money in your
Yeah.
account, like the trade you're in, your situation, you're upset. This no,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? This is James Storms. I have my brother here, Carlos. Carlos, where are you from, Carlos? Actually,
I'm originally from New Jersey, but I did just move to
from
Texas
Jersey.
a little over a year ago. Yeah.
Okay, so coming from Jersey, he was able to make a $17,000 payout with fortunes. And after the split, I believe you walked away with around 14,000 roughly. So
Yeah.
we're just gonna jump into your origin story, where you come from, how you got to where you are now, where you're going, type of thing. So let's just jump right into it. So you grew up in Jersey. What part of Jersey?
Yeah. North Jersey. I was like 20
North
minutes outside
Jersey.
the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and tell me a little bit about your upbringing. Parent life, school. Did you work any jobs? Like, first job. Like, give me a
Worked a
little
lot of
bit.
jobs.
Yeah, a little bit of the hustle. If you're from the up north, Jersey, New York, you're probably a hustler.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know a lot of hustlers out there. Well, I'm Carlos. I'm 23. I'll be 24 in December. I come from a single parent home. My parents, they split up when I was young. I have two sisters, but shout out my sisters and my dad and my mom, of course. But yeah, I just I wasn't much into school. School wasn't for me, and I knew that since I was like young. School was decently easy, but I just knew it wasn't for me. And
Right,
I always wanted to find something more. I wanted to do something more.
right.
And it's funny because after I had graduated, I had planned to take the traditional route. I was gonna work my ass off like everybody else, and that's what I was doing. I had three jobs at the time. I was a pharmacy technician. I was working in Verizon, and I was delivering pizza. Like I was working like 90 hours, 100 hours a week. Just trying to grind it out. And
Ridiculous.
my yeah, I know. I can't believe I was doing that.
And
But
how old were
my
you at this time?
at that time I was fresh out of high school, so I was 18, approaching
Okay,
19. Yeah.
okay.
But I wanted to hustle. I love money. I want to make a lot of money because money is a great tool to utilize. You can do a lot with money. You can do a
Right,
lot of
of
good things
course,
with money. And
of course.
yeah, I just want to be the first person in my family to there's always that one, there's always one in the family that takes your family away from poverty and puts them
That's
at the
yeah. That
next level,
starts
and
the momentum, bro, for sure.
yeah, yeah. So I was just hustling my ass off, and I originally had a plan to invest in real estate, and I was just gonna save up until I can buy a house, and like a multifamily or something, and that was gonna be the route I was gonna take. And I had gotten my license and everything for real estate, and at the same time I had did that, I had also discovered forex, and I had a decision to make. It was either I I put everything I had into real estate and I chased that route, or I chased forex. And it was rough at first when I started. It was very rough. I met some great people along the way, but my family didn't really support what I was doing.
Right,
And they didn't believe in it. It's like when you
right,
tell them, I want to be a successful trader one day. They're like, yeah, right. Like how many times I've heard that? Like,
right.
and it's just the poor mentality is like, it's very real. I don't come from money. I didn't have money, growing up, like used to eat from food pantries and everything, like barely
Bro.
had my dad barely had the money to pay for the bills, it was just a
Right,
single parent and it was rough.
right,
But I just wanted to do something that I know I could take care of my family with.
right.
And I felt that Forex was the easiest thing for me to pursue. I felt that it was the best thing for me to pursue, and it was something that I knew I loved. From the day I found out about it, I loved it.
Yeah.
I
So
saw a chart one time, fell in love with it.
at what age were you when you found out about trading forex, stocks, whatever,
So I
whatever?
was I was 18, about to be 19,
Okay. And you're how
like
old right
like
now?
right before it. Right now, I'm 23.
23. Okay, cool. You're young,
Yeah,
bro. Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
So, okay. So you got in. How did you get introduced?
I joined IML, which pyramid scheme.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know any better, but
Everybody,
I
listen.
will
A lot. It
say,
brings a lot of people into the space, bro. It gets you
oh yeah,
exposed,
for
and
sure, for
and
sure. Like I can't knock it because it introduced me to this,
right,
and I'm forever grateful for the people that I met in there. I didn't like the company, but the people that I met were great. And
right,
they had introduced me to my mentor, who is his name is the Inner Circle Trader, ICT for short.
Mm-hmm.
But I did his private mentorship, and it took me about 2 years to complete because I was working full time and just didn't have all the time I needed to watch all the content, study the charts, and manage the job as well. So it took me a little while to complete it. I actually just finished it almost a year ago now, and just been trying to practice the concepts. And I've really been struggling with consistency, and that's what every trader, every new and aspiring trader is always, it's consistency that they struggle with, and it's also bad habits still. And
Right.
you have to understand what your bad habits are before you can eliminate them, and that's just what I've been doing
What
now.
would you say your biggest bad habits were or still are?
I think my biggest bad habit was chasing a losing trade.
Okay.
That was definitely my biggest bad habit that I finally got over. But I think the only bad habit that I have now is just patience and trusting myself. Trusting that I know what I'm doing and
Right.
the setups that I see are solid setups.
Having faith in the
Yes,
concepts that you learned, and just,
yes,
I give the analogy all the time. Like when you're trading and you put yourself into a trade, it's kind of like you just jump into the ocean and you just hope that the current brings you to the island, that your paradise island with all the money
yeah,
and everything is at. Like
yeah,
you just gotta relinquish, all your, because when you're like outcome dependent, or you're expecting like to win, or like it's just like, yo, I could win or I could lose. Like the moment I get into the market, I know I could drown at any second, so I just
yeah.
have to be prepared for that. And that's where risk management comes in, and things like that as well. So, all right. So you found out about ICT pretty early on, I guess, like a few years ago, you said?
Yeah, I mean, I discovered ICT, yeah, about 3 years ago, and then I joined his mentorship 2 years ago. It was 2021 mentorship I joined,
Yeah. A
and
lot of
I
people,
just
yeah,
completed it beginning of this year.
a lot of people making money with ICT for sure.
Yeah,
Okay, so you got introduced around 18, 19, went into IML. At what
yeah.
point how long were you in IML for?
I was only in it for like 2 months.
Two
Yeah, I
months. Okay.
realized quick what it was, and for me, I realized that a lot of people in that company were in the company to network,
And this is like
and networking is
2018,
great.
2019.
Yeah, this is like 2018, 2019. This is like more like 2019, or this is actually after the new year, so it was 2019.
Okay.
But at this point, I already understood that a lot of the people that were in there to network, and that's not
All
for
right.
me. Like,
Recruitment. It's all that
networking is
company is
great.
about
Yeah,
recruitment. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that wasn't for me. For me, I prefer to learn how to actually trade. I wanted to know how to trade. That's why I joined. And I just didn't believe that that was the route. I knew that there was other options and that there was somebody out there that I could be a mentee of. And
Right.
eventually I discovered my mentor, who somebody that I had signed up under into IML. They actually introduced me to him, and they were like, this is who I study from, and I think you would enjoy their concepts and you should study them too.
Right.
And that's how I got introduced to ICT, and yeah, it was the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's definitely, I mean, it works. It definitely works. Like from what I've seen,
Yeah,
I actually have never done ICT, but I know a lot of people that trade the concepts, and from what I see, like it just works well. So, all
yeah,
right. So, all right, you got it. So you went down that route, 2021, 2019, 20. So between 2019 and 2020, you kind of were finding your way, maybe like,
yeah.
hopping around, learning things, and then you got really consistent, like with at least you buckled down on ICT. Like obviously took you
Hmm.
time to. It's a lot of information. I've
Oh my God, so much.
all right. So at what point did you start messing around with prop firms? And yeah. So at what point did you start messing around with prop firms? And then when did you kind of start making money?
So actually that trade, that payout, this is my first actual profitable payout. I've actually done about like 8 or 9 prop firms. I've passed, but I've never got paid. I've gotten funded plenty of times, and everyone knows, like, a lot of people that just like me, like, a lot of people pass the first phase, you pass the second phase, but as soon as it's the funded account, it's the
Right.
real deal.
Right.
This is your payday. It's a psychological thing,
Yeah. The
and like for me,
emotions,
that's
bro.
what I was struggling with the most. Yeah, like even to this day, like I'm still not as consistent as I want to be, as I would like to be. I still have some bad habits I have to get rid of, but I'm young, I have plenty of time, and this isn't going anywhere. So I'm in
Right.
no rush, and
That's
I
a
know that
great,
the
yeah.
consistency will come.
It's a good mentality to have, bro. I mean, I definitely look at it like just like you get calluses on your hands when you work out or you do whatever. you have to be emotionally calloused to
Hmm.
the just going through the motions of a trade when there's real money on the line. Like everything that you know how to do, you forget, or it's not that you
Yep.
forget it, you're just like you're so clouded by the emotion and the feeling and
Survival mode.
everything. Yeah, you go into that fight or flight response, and you kind of make bad decisions because of that. So that's something that it just comes with time, like it took me a while to, like, I had all these great big trades and this and that, and it wasn't until I started withdrawing money is where, like, once I
Hmm.
started getting paid and taking it out of my account, putting it in my pocket, that's when I really started leveling up with trading, bro. So like, this is it's a great payout for you, bro. Like, I mean,
Hmm.
15, 20 grand, whatever it is, like doing it once means you can do it again. You can do it again.
Again, yep.
You can repeat the results, bro. And from there you could be free, bro. Like, like,
Yeah.
so that's the whole goal here. So where do you see yourself going? Like, actually, let's talk about Fortunes first. So, like, where did you hear about
Yeah.
Fortunes? And I mean, obviously, probably through me, I would assume. But like, what's your experience been? Like, fully transparent, fully honest. Like, what has your experience been?
So I actually found out about well, first I knew who you were, of course. Like I had already followed you on Instagram and everything, and I knew of your success and everything, but I didn't know about the company because I
Okay.
wasn't like, I guess I never caught it when you were speaking about it or posting about
Yeah.
it. I just never caught it on social media. But one of my best friends, Danny, and he's in the Discord and everything, and he's taking his. I think I'm not sure how his status is with his funded accounts, but
Yeah.
I know he's trying to get some funded accounts too with Fortunes, and yeah, he introduced me to you guys, and he told because like I'm very skeptical, like I'm very
Right.
especially after like the whole IML thing. I'm like,
Right.
what, like I need to do my research first, see
Not
how
everybody is who they
foreshore
say
it
they are,
is.
bro. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I
Right.
mean, look at the whole my forex fund scandal. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's my biggest fear is like,
There's a
what happens
lot
if I
of
have a payout
fucked
and I
up
never get
shit.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I just was sticking with like FTMO because that was the most common and popularly like known, prop
Right.
firm. So I just stuck with them at first, and I didn't like the experience because it took too long to get funded.
Right.
And I just wasn't with that. It's
It's
like you
long,
get an
it's
account with them.
expensive,
Yeah.
they're expensive, bro. Like they're
You
expensive.
don't get a payout for 3 months, two and a
Right.
half, 3 months it takes, and that's if you complete everything within their time frame, and it
Right.
just took forever for me. And then, he introduced me to you guys and the time limit was same. Like if I passed that day, I
Right.
passed the phase that day and I get
Right.
to move on.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? He trusts you guys. I was like, and this is my best friend. He's great judgment. So I'm like, you know what? He trusts you guys. I trust you guys. And then I took a
Right.
chance. I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'll try. I'll get a 10K account. Tried the 10K. I lost the account, of course. And then I was like, you know what? Like, go big or go home. Screw it. I'm gonna go for the
Yeah.
100K account, and if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. Like it is what it is.
Right.
The money will come in. Money comes and goes. So
Right.
I took a chance, and it was the best thing I ever did. You guys had a promotion at the time too, so it was like I
Yeah.
spent 400, got the account, and
Right.
basically I spent 400 to get 17,000, and it was a great experience, and
Good
just in
ROI.
general, even yeah, seriously. But in general, with Fortunes, I've had a great experience. Like you're the only CEO I've ever seen that actively engages with everybody that's a part, even if they're not, an actual customer who has a funded account or is paying for a funded account. They're just happen to be in a Discord and you still
Yeah.
communicate with them. There's no difference,
Yeah, I put my
and I
time in,
respect
bro.
that a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
And
this is my community, bro. So like this is I feel like I just, like I always like, bro, that's why I feel like my mission is, bro, is just to, like, all right, if I came up, bro, like how many people can I bring up with me, bro? Like
yeah.
that's what it's all about for me, bro. Cause like I can make more money, like I can buy more
Mhm.
shit. Like, well, what is that really gonna do for me, bro? Like,
Yeah. I say it
So
all the time. Like I always say, and I tell my girlfriend this all the time. I always tell her, I'm like, like, what fun is it eating at a table when you eat at it alone?
right. Of
It's no
course.
fun, and
Yeah,
like I
no, like,
respect everything you do, and I love the company. I had a great
yeah.
experience. Even the support team. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie, they're a little slow with responding,
Yeah.
but I also understand the volume as well, and
Yeah.
I understand that there is a lot of clients.
I
You have a
mean, there
lot of
are a few
customers.
there. Listen, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, but like anything, like every employee is a representation of my business, bro. So like, there are a couple, like, there have some really great support reps, and then there's a few people
Hmm.
that were not really so great, bro. And we had to kind of either
Yeah,
reprimand them or just replace them, bro. Like, and that's just,
yeah,
like it's tough because it's a mundane, you're just on a computer, replying to people,
Hmm.
and most of these people are like pissed off because they they blew their challenge or whatever. So it's not really the most glorifying job, but like people that are
Yeah,
responsive and like people, if someone gets complimented, like I'll message them on my community channel, like my organization chat, and I'll just be like, hey, like you're doing a great job. Like I'll give people raises all the time, like whatever I
yeah.
can do, bro. Like a lot of these people are overseas, bro. Like like this is a great, like people are feeding their family with this
Hmm.
job, bro. So it's
It's an
definitely,
opportunity for them. Yeah,
yeah, for sure. Yeah. And so it's it's definitely, bro, this is like my first, it's a large organization, bro. Like it's definitely new to me. It's it's a lot of things to navigate, and it's not easy, bro. But like but I love doing stuff like this, bro, because I could like talk to you, like we could chop it up. Like
yeah,
actually there's a face behind the person that made the money, and like you
yeah,
can see like I could just see your eyes light up talking about it, bro. Like you're passionate about it. Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like you can
It
really,
was just, it was fun to just like, even telling my family, it was just like, because like I said, they didn't believe in it. And
right,
my family's very like, they're very, very like stuck in their ways. So it's like,
right.
unless you show them,
Yeah, show me
they
the
wouldn't
money, or
believe it.
that's
Yeah,
yeah, like
and like, it was just, it felt so good to just finally be like, listen, like I know I put all of my time, like I dedicated myself to this. Like there was no
right,
other, I burned every single bridge I had. Like, and I
right.
made sure to do that. I was working in a pharmacy and everything. I was making decent money, but I plan on going to pharmacy school at first. And then I plan on investing in real estate. Like I plan on going the traditional route.
I mean,
And
in
as much
real
as I
estate,
didn't want to,
you should still invest in real estate,
oh
bro.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah. No, no, for sure. Real estate is that's where you put your money when you want passive income. So,
right, right, right.
once I'm at that level and I'm ready for that, that's when I'll
Yeah,
step into it.
yeah, yeah. There's no rush, bro. You're
But
23 years old,
yeah,
bro. Like
no, no rush, no
when I was
rush.
23, bro, like I mean 3 years ago, like I had like $0 to my name, bro. Like and I was just, and then I made my first 100K like right before I turned 24. And then I made
Yeah,
$1 million right before I turned 25, bro. Like, so
wow, yeah.
shit could change
It's the
really,
goal, man. That's
yeah,
the
shit could
goal.
change
That's the
really fast
goal.
for you, bro. So just keep your head on straight. Just be frugal, bro. Like, don't be wasting your money. Don't be wasting your time. Like, continue studying, continue leveling up,
Mhm.
bro. Just where you put your energy and your focus, like that's where that's what's gonna grow, bro. Like you put your focus on the wrong shit, and you're gonna grow just bad habits and bad relationships and bad fucking everything, bro. Bad business,
Yeah,
bad people. So just, if you don't have anybody like that, like just stick to yourself, and you will attract the
yeah,
right people, bro. Like you raise your vibration, you'll attract everything that you want, bro. So take care of your health, whatever. I see you, you got some arms, he be in the gym and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like so yeah, yeah. So where do you see yourself going, next? Like what's next for you? Obviously making more money, things like that, but like
yeah, yeah.
how do
I
you
mean,
want to
like,
go ahead?
so I mean, like the money I made, I had some debt. I just made sure I paid off my debt. I
Good.
wanted to just relinquish myself of any worry that I have.
Good.
And
Yeah, yeah.
as of now, like fully transparent, like I'm not as consistent as I want to be. I don't have the account anymore.
Okay. That's fine. I
But
mean,
it's
listen,
fine. Like
most people don't keep funded accounts for very long, bro. Like it's usually they get 2, 3 payouts, something like that, and then it kind of it's just it's tough, bro. Like, you only really can
yeah,
you get 10%, you get 10%. So if you have,
yeah,
loss streaks are gonna happen. So like, but the fact is that you I don't even know what you 40x your investment, $400 to
yeah,
16,000. So like you
yeah.
could theoretically lose your next 39 challenges in a row and like
And
still
I'm
be
good,
like break even, like at
profitable.
that
Yep.
point. Yeah. So like look at it like that. Look at it like a numbers. I'm not gonna say just go and blow a bunch of challenges, obviously, but
Oh no, no, no.
look at it like, you've already succeeded where most people fail. So like just
Yeah.
continue practicing those good habits, and then obviously there's always going to be bad habits, bro. Like I make mistakes too, like even where I'm at, like
Hmm.
we're human beings, like we get emotional, things happen, we had a bad day, we had a fight with our girlfriend, whatever,
Yeah.
shit happens, bro. So but as long as you keep your head on straight, and you just do what you're supposed to do, you'll be fine, bro. So yeah, sorry, go, I kind of cut you off, but
Oh no, 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 no worries, no worries. Man, we're just chopping it up.
yeah,
We're chopping it
yeah,
up.
yeah,
But I mean, like as of now, since I don't have the account, I decided that I'm just gonna be paper trading for now. But I am gonna get another funded account. But I don't want 100K. I want 500K.
yeah.
So I want more capital. You know, like
No,
my
I
whole thing is,
agree.
this is how I see it. It's like if I'm spending $400 and I have a 100K account, technically
Right.
I only have 10,000 to trade.
10,000 exactly. Yep.
Yeah, so that's how it's all a numbers game. You know, like you said, like I look at
Right.
everything in numbers. So it's like,
Right.
all right, what can I do? All right, if I can take a $500,000 account and trade it as if it was $100,000 account, but
Right.
instead I have $50,000 of capital,
Right.
I know I have a lot higher of a chance to be profitable over
Right.
time
And
than to not be
sustainability, bro.
profitable. Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely the biggest thing, especially now that there's no time limits, bro, like there's no rush. Like there really is no
Hmm.
rush. Like instead of because like you said, right, if you have 100K and you got 10K to risk, right? So people say they're
Hmm.
risking 1%, which is $1,000. You're really risking
That's 10
10%.
trades.
Right. You're
Yeah.
risking
That's
10%,
yeah.
which is which is dangerous, bro. So like honestly,
Hmm.
now that there's no time limits, I would say like quarter of a percent, half a percent, like is good, bro. Like, like
Yeah.
because the more like there's a table you can look it up if you look up like law like profit loss like if you lose 1% all you need is 1% to make it back. If you lose 2% you
Hmm.
need 2% to make it back. You lose
2%.
five you
Yeah.
need 5. If you lose 10% then you need to make 11% to get like the more you lose the more you
The
have
more
to
you have
make
to make.
to
Yep.
get it back. If you lose 50% then you have to double the account to get it back to square one. So that's
Yeah.
just something to like you can do a lot more with less, like when you have more
Hmm.
capital and you can take it a lot slower. It's just the patience, like you said, patience is definitely like, bro, where I'm at, bro, like if I have one good trade in a month, bro, like I'm good, bro. Like I can make
That's exactly
I can
why
make
I
a
want the $500,000 account.
yeah, bro. Like, because when
Exactly
you
why.
see that phenomenal opportunity, you can take more risk and slap it on there and then just wait. I'm cool waiting a month, 2 months, 3 months. Like I'll wait an entire year,
Yeah.
like if I have to for a whole trade,
Yeah.
because I know how much money I can make on one phenomenal opportunity, bro.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of like how I look at it with my own personal trading is like I'm not in any rush. Like, thankfully, bro, like I've made money. I'm good. Like bills are paid. Like I don't have to really like I'm good. Like I don't have a very expensive lifestyle, bro. Like I
Yeah.
don't lease cars and shit. Like I own everything I have, I own, bro. Like I don't really spend my expenses a month are probably like I mean, if I take vacations and go to nice dinners and shit, whatever, but
Yeah.
like my base expenses probably like 5 grand a month, bro. Like I don't really spend that much money.
It's
Like,
so funny because my that's like only 2,000 more than my expenses monthly.
yeah,
Like mine and my girlfriend's for everything, our apartment, our car, the
yeah,
bills, everything,
yeah,
And you
yeah.
live cheap,
So
man.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and I just started, dabbling with some real estate. I'm doing a flip right now, bro. So like, I want to
Yeah.
start just buying some cribs and just renting them, bro, and just getting some nice passive income with that. So that's a whole nother venture. All right. So what would you say? Like, what type of? I know you trade ICT. Like, so what would
Yeah.
you say? In particular, I know there's different like London Kill Zone and they have all different types
Yeah.
of things. Like what in particular of ICT do you use or like do you find is most effective for you?
For me, I struggled more with day trading, and that was because of my lack of patience.
Mm,
Um, and that was my whole thing. I was always in London Kill Zone, New York Kill Zone, London Close. Like I was always looking for small short trades. But I found more consistency in just looking for gaps, looking for order blocks, and just finding them on the daily time frame, and then
right.
just waiting for
Higher
those
time
setups to
frame.
occur.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So I trust now more in the higher time frame setups. I look more for the higher time frame setups. And I would say the main things that I utilize from ICT, because everyone's different, like everyone that has gone through ICT like uses different concepts that he's taught.
Of course.
Like I never use fibs. I just strictly rely on price action. I trust in gaps. I look for inefficiencies in price, and imbalances, and I just look for them to be filled. And order blocks, if they haven't been traded to, I look for prices to return to them. It's like a canvas.
Right.
If you paint this way, you should paint this way as well. So I
Right.
look for any areas where, all right, if we've only been buying, where's the
Right.
selling?
Right.
If we've only been selling, where can we start buying to refill all of that imbalance,
Right.
and balance out, price.
Right.
And that's just all I look for mainly. I'm patient in my setups now, and I just look mainly for momentum. Like I understand that if there is no momentum, price is consolidating. Simple,
So,
you know,
so if you
great.
were to go through, like, let's say just like your trading routine, like what, like your
Hmm.
session time, like you wake up, like just, like break it down, like how, like for someone out there that's, that's struggling, like what do you do,
Yeah.
like on a day that you're a profitable day for you? What does that look like?
So a profitable day, I would say it's more of almost like a profitable week
Okay.
because
Right.
yeah, I don't go for frequency as much anymore. Like instead
Right.
of quantity, I'm going for quality now.
Of course.
So, I'm patient. I typically know that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like Monday night into Tuesday, Tuesday night into Wednesday, Wednesday night into Thursday. Those are your highest probability days for explosive moves.
Right.
Uh, I usually try not to trade for the first 2 weeks of the month because of, NFP, because of
Right.
FOMC. I'm not
Right.
a big fan of news. And also with
Right.
the prop firm, you shouldn't be trying to trade news anyway within the
Right.
2 minute,
Well,
time frame and stuff.
actually, like we're actually, I haven't announced. I'm gonna announce it tomorrow, but there's on Monday of next week, we're announcing like a swing option for all accounts,
Yes,
just like, just
yes.
like FTMO, bro. So like we're gonna be able, yeah, you're gonna be able to trade news unrestricted, and then next Friday we're getting rid of all lot size limits on funded accounts as well.
I
So
wish you
yeah.
guys would have did that when I had my account still.
Yeah, no, I mean, but it's there for you now. So, but yeah,
No,
that's
yeah, no. Once I get that $500,000 account, it's gonna
yeah,
be a
yeah.
good
Just
time.
be careful with the lots now. That's it.
Oh yeah, no, of course, yeah. Like it's funny because I pyramid basically like
Yeah.
orders. So like if I understand that momentum, if we're bearish, and I see that we're going to fill this imbalance,
You
I
scale
understand
in
price is going
profit
to
or
set a high.
or like martingale, like
Yeah,
you
so
dollar cost average.
I more or less just go off a percentage. So like, all right, like I'm gonna risk like if I have a $500,000 account, for example, I understand that I only have 50,000 in actual capital. So I
Right.
won't trade as if I have 500,000.
Of
I'll
course
trade
not.
as if I
Yeah.
have 50,000.
Right.
And I'll just at the most 100 lot. I might risk like 2% on the trade, but two
Right.
percent of 50,000 isn't as much as 10% on 500,000.
Right.
So I do it that way, and like I just try to like stack positions. So if I can if price, if I'm bearish, I catch the high and then I take it down. We clear a new low. I'm securing at least 50% of the profit. When price returns back up, I'm putting another full position. And the first position I entered, I'm at least break even,
Right.
at least break even. And I'm just going to let it run, and I'm not, I learned to stop fighting the trend.
Right. Just let it flow.
Everybody
Yeah.
wants to be right. Yeah, everybody wants to be right. Nobody wants to make money. And I think that a lot of traders struggle with that. I struggled with that. Like
Right.
I hated being wrong in my trades. And just like everybody else, we all have ego, we all have pride. It takes humility to admit you're wrong
Right.
and to accept that you're wrong. Like these markets, they don't care about us. They don't
Right.
they don't care what color you are.
Yeah.
They don't
You're
care
all
whether you're
your
a guy, girl.
all that
It
shit is
doesn't
only
matter.
relevant to you, bro. Like everything, the
Exactly.
amount of money in
Yeah.
your account, like the trade you're in, your situation, you're upset. This, no,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. They don't care about your financial stat. They don't care about anything.
Right.
This is all just. It's like an algorithm. So it's like
Right.
it doesn't know you. And
Right.
I think a lot of people, and I've made this mistake. I've taken it too personal.
Right.
And I think that kind of like hindered my development as a trader. And I think that that's why my process took a little longer than it should have.
Right.
And it was all me. It was my pride, my ego that was in the way of being able to flourish as a trader.
Right.
So at this point now, it's like I don't care if I'm right or wrong anymore. I just want to make money.
Right.
So like I finally have learned to accept the risk. And I think that's another thing too. It's like a lot of people don't understand this. And trading in the zone is what taught me this the best. That's a great book. If you're a trader and you haven't read that or listen to the audiobook, if you don't like reading like me, I just listen
Yeah,
to
they have a
audiobooks.
YouTube. They have a YouTube series as well.
Yeah, they do. They do. I highly recommend it
Yeah.
because a lot of people and don't let a lot of the stuff go over your head because
Right.
a lot of people don't understand that accepting risk is a skill.
Right.
It's something that you have to acquire that
It's
over
a
time.
learned behavior for sure.
Yes, yeah, and for me, I'm finally learning that. After finally being profitable, like I've been doing this for almost 4 years now. Um, I finally like experienced the taste of success, and I want more,
Right.
and I understand now that I've experienced it, I don't care about being right or wrong
It
anymore.
unlocks a lot of
Yeah,
like doors for you mentally, bro. Like your
yeah.
perception, like it's like damn, like I did it, like I made the money, I touched it, it came into me, like I got in my bank account, I paid a debt off that I was
Hmm.
like was looming over my head, like it
Took worry
really,
away, you know, it took
yeah,
a lot of worry
it
away.
really will help you out just psychologically, bro. Like for what, for you going forward, bro. So no, it's a milestone for sure, bro. Like, I'm sure it feels good. Like, it's definitely, hey, like I know, like when I made my first, money like that, like that's what started the momentum for me, bro. So like just keep, like I said, just stay locked in. Don't do anything crazy, bro. Like, be aggressive, but don't do anything too
Yeah,
crazy.
don't overdo it, of course.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
overdo it. Don't overdo it. Like slow, like I say all the time in trading, going slow is going fast. Like when you go fast, you go slow. It's like, would you ever
Yeah.
try to like sprint up like a steep cliff? Like, no, because you're gonna fucking lose your footing and you're gonna fall
You're
down
gonna
and,
fall
and
back.
break
Yep.
every bone in your body on the way down. So that's the same thing. Is like take your time, make sure your footing is solid before you take that next step. Like solid footing, solid footing, solid footing.
Yeah.
Eventually you make it up, bro, because everyone else is just falling down the cliff, bro. Like you're literally just looking at people like falling down left and right, you know? So
No, it truly is like, and I understand that now, you know, and it just, like I said, it took me being profitable to finally understand, like, why am I in such a rush? Like the only person I'm competing with is myself right now.
right, right,
And like, I'm putting all of this pressure of time on myself. Like, like of course, like when I first started this in my head, I'm like, my goal is I want to be a millionaire by 20. I want to be a millionaire by
right,
21 now. Like, and
right,
like every year I had this goal and I never accomplished it because I'm trying to rush to get there.
right.
And it's like, man, if I'm a millionaire by 30, 40 even, like I'm
Bro, some
happy with
people,
that. Like,
bro, the average, I think, I don't know if this is 100% correct, but like the average American, like the most money they ever have in their lifetime, like saving is like 50 grand or something like that, bro.
I think it's
Like
less. I think
it,
it's less.
maybe it's less, but like, I just thought about that. I'm like, damn, like, most people just like never even get to that. So like it doesn't matter
No.
how long, even if you get to a millionaire at 60, like obviously that's not the goal, but that's still
No,
like
hell
you're
no. Definitely
still
gonna do it before that, but
yeah, you're still like so a comparison is a thief of joy, bro. Like and there's a lot of
Mhm.
social media has such a bad like, it leaves just a bad taste in people's mouths because
Oh
like
yeah.
it sets an unrealistic expectation for people and people are saying they're making all this money from the market and it's really just like from fucking other, so like businesses like based in trading, but not actually trading itself. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, just like I said, slow and steady, bro. Like, and then when you're in a more comfortable position, that's when you can, take a small
Get more aggressive, be a
portion,
little
and then
risky.
yeah, be a little riskier, and then when you're in the right position, like that's when it'll pay off big. Like, where I'm at, it's like yeah, I could throw 50 grand, 100 grand into an account, and look to like 2x, 3x, 4x, five, like in one trade because I
Yeah.
waited a month and a half, 2 months for this one trade. Like that's what
Yeah.
people don't really see is that like I'm just here chilling, and when I
Yep.
see it, is like that's when it's go time. So cool, bro. What do you want everyone like? Is there anyone you want to shout out like your journey? Like what do you, this is your time. Talk
Um,
your shit right now.
yeah, definitely shout out Danny Espinal. That's my brother right there. Like I said, he
Yeah.
introduced me to the company.
Hell
Love him
yeah.
to death. Shout out my girlfriend. She's in the other room right now. But
Yeah.
without her, like without her support, without her being here to help me, and just truly just having her here to believe in me, and I know that I wouldn't have had moved up and advanced and reached
Right.
that the next level now. And shout out my
Absolutely.
parents, of course, for having
Right.
me. Because if they didn't
Having
have
you,
me, I wouldn't
raising
be
you,
here.
bro, like putting their
Yeah,
time in,
like
even the disbelief, bro. Like my parents did the same shit, bro. Like trust me, they gave me the worst of the worst when I wasn't successful, and like all it did for me was like
was fuel.
watch. Like that's always all
Yeah.
just I always in my head I was just like watch, bro. Like just watch, So
Yeah.
as much like parents, bro, like what they're always gonna wanna like they always
They
want to
just want the
protect
best.
they want to protect you
Yeah.
from something they think that might hurt you like in the long run.
Yeah.
Like and like obviously going to college and getting some type of job, whatever, is a safe bet. But like we're not
Hmm.
here to just be average people, bro. Like so, and
No.
the fact that we know about, trading like the way that we do is such a blessing, bro. And it's freedom, bro. It's freedom from the matrix, bro. Like we're, people are literally breaking out of the matrix every single
It's a
day.
cheat code. It's a
Yeah,
literal
bro.
cheat
Like it's
code.
literally trillions of dollars floating through the air every day.
Yeah.
You'd be a fool to think that you can't grab a little fucking crumb out of the air, bro, like
Hmm.
that these people are leaving behind, bro. So
Yeah.
cool, bro. Is there anything you want to say to me or anything like just like
Yeah, thank you, bro, for everything, man. Like
yeah,
I truly appreciate the fact that you're even reaching out to me and just even just knowing you now on a more personal level, like I've
Yeah.
interacted with you, I've spoke with you now.
Yeah,
Like I
you
have
have
your
you
number.
have
You know
my
what I'm
number,
saying?
bro.
Yeah,
Like,
like
yeah, I just locked you in as a contact. I didn't have you saved before, but
nah,
if
it's
you
all
have
good.
any questions, if you have any questions, bro, like by all means, bro, like just you could, like I don't have time to talk to everybody, but like I spend my time on my people, bro. Like people that are tapped in with what I'm doing, bro. Because like that's
Yeah,
just I'll never fuck anybody over, bro. Like I always do the right thing for people, bro. So like you can always count on
yeah.
that.
Yeah, thank you, man. Like I said, bro, I think that the way that you're running your company, I think that everything you're doing, I just hope that because you've inspired me, and I hope that you inspire a lot of other people who come into this company, who get to experience this. I hope that a lot of people will hear just not only my testimony, but the testimony of others that are profitable.
Right.
And I just hope that, everybody understands like trading is a journey that you take alone, but you're never actually alone. There are always others that are here to help, no matter the status or the level. Like you've achieved a status and a level that 95, like almost 100, damn near 100% of us dream of achieving. And we all want that kind of freedom. I think that the best thing to do is just don't knock anybody. Just try to uplift everyone, try to help everyone out, and like like I said, I love what you do because that's what you do. You don't knock anybody, you don't discredit anybody. You're a straight shooter, and you tell it how it is, and you're honest.
Yeah.
And I love the way you do that, and I appreciate that, and I'm definitely going to stay a part of the company because of that.
Right. Yeah, no, it's I always put I always put people over money, bro. Like always, bro. Like
Yeah,
because like I said before, like I can make all the money in the world from trading. Like what it doesn't fulfill you, bro. Like all right, it's cool when you make the first 100,000, the first million. You start like all right, now you're free. Like okay, now what? All right, you make another million. What do? You buy a fucking car, you buy a watch, you buy a house, okay, it's all just stuff, bro. Like
yeah,
when I can have a conversation with you like a real person and see that something that I created is actually making an impact and not just your life, but hundreds of people's lives. And now this is we've been alive for 8 months, like not 7 months at this point, bro. Like let's see
yeah,
what happens in 7 years, like
yeah.
that's where I'm at with it, bro. Like I want to be here for the long term,
Longevity, yeah,
longevity, sustainability, and just putting our best foot forward, bro, and just touching base with people and really like, really touching people's lives, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, man, the company's great, but I think that you make the company what it is. At the end of the day, the company is just a regular company, but I think that the most important part, and I hope a lot of people like understand this, is that you're a normal guy.
Yeah.
You're no different than me. You're no different than the next guy. You're just a normal person who's done something great.
Right.
And a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people along the way they lose themselves
Yeah.
and forget that they are just a regular human being. You bleed the same way I do. You cry, you sweat when you work out
Right.
just the same way I do. You got to
Right.
use the bathroom. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you're human. Like
Right.
we're all human, and I think that the way that you present yourself, you're just a normal guy, man, and
Yeah.
you've done something great, and you're doing something even better to help others. And
Right.
shout out to you, man.
I
Thank you for
appreciate.
all that you do. And if I never found this company, I don't think I would have been profitable when I was profitable. So
That's
thank you,
real.
man. Thank you for
That's
everything.
real. Yeah, that's real, bro. No, I appreciate you, bro, for real. Like that you even, you just go out on a limb and like I know there's a lot of options, bro. Like, and there's a lot of like shady things that go on. So I'm glad like it just makes me feel good that like, what I'm doing, like or how I want to carry myself like comes through because it's a lot of shit lost in translation through social media, like the
Yeah,
screen, you know what I'm saying? So like I'm just glad that, like because you're not the only person that says stuff like this, and it just makes me like, all right, cool. I gotta keep going, bro. Like, cause
yeah.
it's tough, bro. Like social media itself, like all this, it's just a job, bro. Like it's a lot.
Mhm.
Like it's a big, it's a blessing and a half, bro. But it's
And a
also like,
courage at the same
yeah,
time.
it is, bro.
Yeah,
Like because there's a lot of pressure on me to perform and keep pushing for make content and be present, and there's a lot, like it draws a lot for me, bro. Like what.
yeah. You have people watching all the time. You have people
Yeah.
that wish you good, but
Right.
you have more
There's
people
also
that wish
people
you
wishing me
bad.
bad, bro. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, so nah, bro. Dude, it's definitely I mean, I think that's pretty good. I mean, what do you think? You have any other things you want to butt in there?
Nah, I think that's about it, man.
Yeah.
If you're not fucking with fortunes, you're not with the right company, bro. That's it.
Facts, bro. All right, man. I mean, like, yo, we'll definitely be in touch. Like I said, like, bro, you have my just call if you have any issues or you have questions, bro. Like, just call me, bro. Like, that's not an issue at all, bro. So,
Sounds good, bro.
but yeah, no, I appreciate your time, bro. I know it's a little late, so other than that, man, like just keep doing your thing, bro. Like I look forward to seeing your name on that leaderboard, bro. Like more often, bro. Like because
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal.
what you
I tell
what
my
you
girlfriend all the
you're
time.
gonna do
I'm
it,
trying to
bro.
be number one. I
You're
want to
gonna
be
do
number
it, bro.
one.
I believe you're gonna do it, bro. Like I've talked to a lot of people, and like I could just tell, like, yo, you're young, you're driven, like you're after it, bro. Just keep your head on straight, keep
Thank
hustling,
you.
keep grinding. Like I said, be frugal, cook your meals, don't go be going out so much. Like
Oh yeah, no, no.
when the
All I
time
eat
comes,
is home
bro.
cooked meals.
When the time comes, bro. When the time comes, for sure. So, yeah, I guess that wraps it up. I mean, I appreciate everyone for watching. I hope you could take away some value from that. And like you said, if you're not fucking with fortunes, then you just played
With the wrong
yourself.
company,
So,
man. Yeah.
yeah. All right, bro. Have a great night, and yeah, we'll definitely, like I said, bro. Like my line's open, bro. If you need anything, for sure.
All right. Thank you so much, James. I really
Yes,
appreciate it,
sir.
man. Have a good night, man. Thank